Hello everyone, this is gonna be the gaming test for the new Galaxy S25 Ultra, and yes, I just got this phone yesterday night. Yeah, and this is in the white silver color. It's slightly not the whitest white that I've seen, but it is slightly gray, and the real titanium gray color is a lot more reflective, and it's kind of changing color depending on your environment's like. But anyway, that's beside the point. The Galaxy S25 Ultra, I'll just show you the specs real quick here. So for this phone, you can see that it is running on the latest Snapdragon 8 Elite. I will reserve my judgment on this phone for later because I have already tested it on the ROG Phone 9, but we will talk about it when the time comes. And then for the screen, it's the same as before. And the memory, I have it in 12 plus 256 variant. So the RAM amount here doesn't actually matter that much because once you go past 8 gigs, it's not gonna really affect anything much. But the RAM speed is important. So this is LPDDR5X, okay, and the battery still 5000 mAh. And then the setup process is gonna be a bit different this time because of One UI 7. So I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do first. So developer options is enabled. If you scroll all the way down near the bottom at least, so here GPU watch still exists, so we will turn that on so that we can see the render resolution, the FPS, all of that stuff. So this is important. I will also change the size to small so that I can see everything else better, because if not, it will take like a huge chunk of the screen. And with GPU watch enabled, we'll go into the gaming hub. Now the gaming hub, it did get a bit of a change, I would say. So you can see when we go into game booster, game optimization is number 1. So I will turn this to performance because we want to stress this to the maximum performance possible. Customization for individual games. Now this is where you can enable game optimization. So this is where you set it individually, and then the FPS, you can max it out if you want to. And then I'm just not gonna do it. Screen resolution. Now this is going to be the render resolution. Of course, I will go to the maximum. Frame booster, this is the frame interpolation that Samsung has for like many years at this point in time. I'm not gonna enable that as well, so at least for now, I would say. So this is how you can customize all of the game settings. Yeah, that's about it in terms of the settings that you can do. The old game plugins is no longer available for One UI 7. I'll just show you real quick here. So if we go to the Samsung store, search button. So if we search for game plugins, you can see it is no longer here because where's my S24 Ultra? On the S24 Ultra, when you search for game plugins, you can see you actually have an app here called game plugins that give you a bunch of different options, but that is no longer available in One UI 7, and everything is integrated into the game booster settings. So I think that this is actually a very good step forward to actually just consolidate all of the settings. The USB, the battery bypass feature is also located here as well. You will have to connect a USB PD PPS charger of at least 25 watts to enable this option. So okay, it's good that this option is here. So as you can see, if we use game optimization in performance mode, and then for this one we leave it all in default, it's gonna push everything to the highest performance possible. The render resolution is at 1872 by 864, which is the same as the S24 Ultra, so that is good. But let's see what happens if we go for screen resolution 100%, save. It will restart the game. Now if we go in the game again, yeah, this is the maximum, 1872 by 864 pixels. If we set it to 50%, it will be at 720p. So I will not do that. I will just leave everything off for this test. As you can see, everything is off and the game optimization is in performance mode. Now let's get started. So before we begin, I would like to just tell you to please do like and subscribe, because it really took us very intensive amount of downloading and preparing for all of these gaming tests. I literally didn't sleep much that night because I'm just gonna prepare for this video, and it took me a very long time. So in Genshin Impact, you can see all of the settings here that we're using. It's at the highest possible graphical settings, so everything highest, 60 FPS, and this is what we're gonna play the game with. Now, unfortunately, we don't have the temperature sensor because Perf Z no longer exists in One UI 7 since the Game Booster Plus doesn't exist. So we'll just go by our thermal camera, because I do know that the thermal limit for this phone is at 44 degrees Celsius only. So let's begin. The first thing that I'm gonna do is actually to defeat the weekly boss, because I have not done any of that yet. Where is the weekly boss? I don't really know what's the mechanics behind this boss, so I'm just gonna use my best team and go fight it. Okay. I really don't understand the mechanics behind this boss. I'm back again, but this time with online match with other players, because this boss sucks. I don't really understand what's the mechanism behind it, and it's not fast enough to destroy those pillar things. If you really need Matlin characters to defeat those pillars, then this is gonna be one of the worst boss that they ever created. See, someone died. Another one died. Nice. Oh, this phone is really starting to heat up. I really don't know how to get across this part, because this part sucks. We're gonna die. Oh, we can just iframe that thing. Okay. That's interesting. Just iframe the thing then. Because this boss is kind of BS. My left hand is definitely burning. Bro, you're out of range. Ah, finally! BS boss. Oh. I hate this boss so much. It doesn't waste your time, but the mechanics are BS. So there's that. Now I know I can iframe the attack. And what we're gonna do now is just to walk around Atlan, I suppose. Since we're here, might as well just go farm some artifacts. You can see my left hand here, this red spot. Yeah, this is where the frame meets my hand and it's already red. So to those who say that the Snapdragon 8 Elite is good, yeah, this is what happens. It heats up easily. That's what I'm gonna say. I mean, 44 degrees isn't actually that high, but it reaches that temperature really fast. So yeah, 8 Elite, actually it's worse on the ROG Phone 9 because that phone, it pushes the performance much harder, and on that phone it can reach about like 49 degrees Celsius at first. They already patched it and lowered down the temperature to about like 46, 47. It's still considered hot, but it's not as hot as before. And that's all that we have here.
Let's hope you pull up a good fight. Into the wind.
So now I'll just go heal up, then explore around Natlan, I guess, because I don't really have anything else to do in the game already. I can already tell you that it is indeed at 44 degrees Celsius because I can feel it in my hands. It's literally giving me this red spot on my hand. So the frame rate, it literally does jump up and down quite a lot. As you can see here, it doesn't actually maintain 60 FPS, but it fluctuates a lot. I hate these enemies as well. They're whatever the heck that white bar is, it's very resistant to everything.
Is it what you wish to find? Hopefully the excitement of opening a treasure chest has at least made it a worthwhile experience.
Look at that frame rate. So earlier it was like kinda thermal throttling, but not really. I suppose that's the first tier of thermal throttling, and now it has thermal throttle. You can see the frame rate is barely even hitting 50 FPS. It's like below 45, which is to be expected because I do know the Snapdragon 8 Elite is real hot. I hate this enemy.
Is it what you wish to find? Hopefully the excitement of opening a treasure chest has at least made it a worthwhile experience.
What the heck, the frame rate. When it starts to thermal throttle, it's no joke, the frame rate jumps around way too much.
Let the record show that I verbally consent to relinquishing these items into your possession. Into the wind.
Bring it.
The frame rate, definitely not the best. It's skipping around quite a lot.
Let the record show that I verbally consent to relinquishing these items into your possession.
So yeah, I think I stayed in the game long enough. If you want to play this game on the Galaxy S25 Ultra at the highest graphical settings, it's a quite okay experience. It is 60 FPS for like some of the time, but it does dip to somewhere around like 40 FPS when it thermal throttles. And it will thermal throttle because the Snapdragon 8 Elite is actually very hot. So that's not surprising to me actually, because that happened on the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 as well. And since the phone's thermal limit is only at like 44 degrees Celsius, the performance is, the potential of the Snapdragon 8 Elite is indeed limited by the thermal headroom available. So pretty good in terms of gaming experience. It's just that the heat is a problem. So let me just take the temperature for you guys here. So you can see around the bottom of the phone here where my hand is located just now, it's around 39 degrees Celsius, kind of expected. Around the top here is where this location here beside the camera bump is where the chipset is located. So if we point the thermal camera there, it's gonna be 41 point something degrees Celsius. That is to be expected because the SoC temperature and the surface temperature is different. Surface is definitely gonna be lower than the SoC temperature. And if we look at the back, the chipset is located somewhere around here. So if we point the camera there, yeah, it's gonna be around like 43.3 degrees Celsius. This is actually quite good in terms of the cooling performance here, because if the chipset is at 45 degrees Celsius and the surface is at 43 point something, that means it is the heat transfer is very efficient. So that is actually good. And then at the bottom here we can see that it is around 36, 37, quite cool. I'm not sure if I can show you the temperature of the frame of the phone, because I think this is the most important data to show. Yeah, I can't really show you the temperature of the frame, but it is definitely a lot hotter on this side compared to this side, and that is because again the chipset is located beside the camera bump, so around this side of the frame is gonna be the hottest, and that is why I have this red line on my hand. Yay! Yeah, if you wanna play this game, you can. 60 FPS is not really gonna be a problem, though it does dip to somewhere around 40 FPS when it does thermal throttle hard. And I should show you my room temperature as well. This is my room temperature now, 26.6 degrees Celsius at 43% humidity. So there's my room temperature. And overall gaming performance for Genshin Impact, surprisingly good. It's just the heat that you have to take care of. So if you are at an environment hotter than this, then yeah, it will thermal throttle a lot easier. So now let's jump to the next game. For the second game, we're gonna try Zenless Zone 0, and as you can see here, the render resolution is actually the same as Genshin Impact, so 1872 by 864 pixels, and we are currently running it at the highest graphical settings. As you can see here, this game's image quality, if you set it to high, it's not actually the highest, so you have to manually go and tune it to the highest. This is all that we have, and I am going to only do two things. Firstly, farm a boss material. I already know who to farm for. My Harumasa is, I need one of these. Afraid of ice, so I'll just use this team. This is my premium my most premium team, the best team. Bernice is so good. Miyabi technically the best DPS for now, but I tell you, Bernice is like the only character that fits into every single team and is actually very, very useful. There's the first phase. I know it's been real fast to go through the first phase, and that's because of I got M2 Miyabi. Yeah. I didn't need to do that, but you know, for style. That's Zenless Zone 0 for you. The phone is definitely very, very hot. And that's it. I can upgrade my Harumasa now. So what I'm gonna do now is to fight the flower again, because that's my best way to test this game. Because this fight, even though the boss is kind of BS, but it's a very good boss fight, I would say. Good way to test the phone. Yo, wasted! This boss telegraphing is so bad. See, now I can't fight, but the timer is going down. Oh, it's time for this already. What the heck is up with this lock-on? The frame rate when she's, I think it's a she, when the flower is doing this attack, the frame rate isn't good. And you can see, yeah, the frame rate in general is not doing really well. Oh, stun. Yeah, the frame rate is not doing well. Again. Wipeout. So yeah, it's definitely hot, and you can see that the frame rate is definitely gonna be jumpy. It can go below 30 FPS, which is very jarring for a high octane kind of game like Zenless Zone Zero. And you can see, I just want to flex a bit. More than 5 minutes, 78.8 million damage. That's actually one of the best run that I've gotten. So for PUBG Mobile, as you can see here, this game is really not optimized at all. So as you can see here, if you want better frame rates, you will have to go all the way down to the smooth graphical setting to get ultra extreme frame rate. Not sure what ultra extreme does, but okay. And I'm just gonna use all of these settings here, and let's just go into a game. This game still runs in 720p, like what the hell? I mean, there's really nothing wrong running the game at 720p, it's just that they should give us the option. Like COD Mobile, you have the option to enable super resolution, which ups the render resolution to the native resolution of the screen, or I mean of the phone. That's good, but this phone doesn't have that option. Yeah, 120 FPS. What else should I test? Because you can see both CPU and GPU utilization is not even hitting 40%. So yeah, that's PUBG for you guys. Let's now go to the next game. For COD Mobile, this game is of course a lot better than PUBG Mobile. So as you can see in the graphics section here, we can enable ultra frame rate, which is 120. If we do this, then it will jump to medium graphical quality. That's okay. Frame rate adjustment turn off because it will just run at 120. And then this music is real loud and annoying, so I'm just gonna do this. You can see I have really configured it to be like this, and this last part here is important. So you can see currently it's rendering at 2340 by 1080. If I disable this, it will go to 720p. So keep this high enabled, and then you will get the best image possible, and all of the settings are as shown here. So now let's jump into a game.
Identified. Hardpoint is ours. Friendly Shock RC is ready. Hardpoint tested. RC is coming. Hardpoint contested.
Where did my RC go?
Sentry gun ready for deployment. Sentry gun deployed. Hardpoint contested. Hostiles have captured the hardpoint. Friendly stealth chopper inbound. Hardpoint locked down. Hardpoint contested. Hostiles have the hardpoint. Hardpoint is ours. Hostiles have captured the hardpoint. Friendly Shock RC is ready. Hardpoint locked down. Let's go. Sentry gun ready to deploy. Sentry gun deployed. We've taken the lead.
Flawless victory, real fast. So 120 FPS, no issues at all. So that is to be expected from this kind of chipset anyway. So yeah, we'll just jump to the next game because COD Mobile is very optimized. I really like it, but the same cannot be said for COD Warzone. So as you can see in COD Warzone, this is what's happening. I can't really do anything about it. I tried it on 4 different phones at this point in time. So the entire S25 series, so the base, plus and ultra, all have the same issue. ROG Phone 9 Pro Edition, as you can see from these LEDs here, same problem as well. So I'm not sure what's happening with COD Warzone. If you have the same issue, do let me know, because I already downloaded the base game, 6 gigs to be exact. The BR Verdansk, I'm not gonna download it because I'm not even gonna play that map. And then as you can see here for the graphical settings, we have already maxed out everything, so you have to go custom and manually go turn it up one by one. This is all of the settings that we're gonna use. And then we shall now jump into a game, and as you can see, glitches keep happening. At least it looks fine in the game, it's just that in the main menu that it's broken.
Eliminate all targets in the AO. All squad mates are in the safe zone.
And it actually hurts, no joke.
Friendly loadout drop on the way.
Wow, the frame rate dropped a lot. We were getting 120 at the beginning, and now thermal throttling has kicked in, and we're getting 30 something only, and the experience funky, real funky, because GPU is always pegged at 100% usage. Wow. This could be due to optimization issue, because Genshin Impact ran better, I would say. So both Zenless Zone Zero and this game in particular isn't running particularly well. Genshin Impact for one ran surprisingly good on this phone, so I'm not really sure what's going on as well. So far, I just gotta say, the phone is real hot, yeah.
Gulag's closed until further notice. Four remaining. All enemy squads eliminated. Excellent.
Wow, I actually won this, thanks to my team, not me. But either way, yeah, the performance, well, 30 something FPS is all that you're gonna get when it starts to thermal throttle, which is like immediate once you get into the game. So Snapdragon 8 Elite, everyone, or it's just the game unoptimized. Either way, this is the experience that you're gonna get. Okay, so for Mobile Legends, the music sucks, so I'm just gonna disable that. So you can see we can get Ultra for these two options. That's about it. So let's just jump into a game, because I'm just gonna show you that it is indeed running at 120 FPS, and I'm gonna go to the next game, because this game is not demanding at all. So as you can see, 120 FPS, yay.
The gun represents justice when pointing at the bad guys.
Sure is.
I would never back down.
Yeah, yeah, this is Mobile Legends for you. 120 FPS consistent. It's not gonna be an issue at all. So I think we should just go to the next game then. Now for Wild Rift, I know some of you guys have been asking for this game. I don't play it at all, and I know some of you guys know this game because of Arcane. Yes, Arcane. I don't watch Arcane, but I know that show. That's it. So graphical quality is this one. So I have really set it to this. Frame rate, let's just go for 120. Yes, not gonna be a problem. So if you wanna go high frame rates, you will only be locked to these two settings. So if we go for 60 FPS, then we can have these two options. If we set to high graphical quality, high resolution, and as you can see here, the render resolution immediately changes. So the low is at 480p, 720p, this is 900p, and this is at 1080. I'm not sure what setting I should use, but mobile games usually you can live with 60, not a problem, so I'll just go with these settings, I guess. And yeah, these are all of the settings that I've used. So let's go. Ah! Oh, I have blink. I don't think this phone or any modern phone for that matter will run Wild Rift with any problems. So let's just go with the next game in a while, I guess, because so far 60 FPS real consistent. For Wuthering Waves, this game is let me just show you the graphical settings, because as you can see, when you turn it on for the first time, it will ask you to enable auto FPS. I don't, because auto FPS will change all of the settings to get the target FPS for you. So for example, if that one location is a lot more demanding, then it will lower the graphical quality to maintain 60 FPS. That's literally what auto FPS does, but I'm not gonna do it. So this is all of the settings that I'm using, and now I want to farm for this boy. I don't play Wuthering Waves, so don't ask me to do anything with the new region or whatever. So yeah. Oh sheesh. Neopets. Let's play around this region because it's the only next best region that I've unlocked. Not sure if this is the new region or what, but yeah, I don't play this game if you haven't already realized. It's definitely really hot. My hand is starting to feel the warmth again. And yeah, I think that my hand is definitely getting roasted. Yeah. So you can see when it starts thermal throttling, the frame rate is about the same as Genshin Impact. We are still getting like around 40 something sometimes, but it does rise up back to around 60. So if you ask me, I would say performance more or less the same as Genshin Impact. All of these cutscenes are at 30 FPS, that's why it's gone back to 30 and now it's back to 60. Yeah, nothing really out of the ordinary here, I would say. You can see the frame rate dropping. That's what's happening when it thermal throttles. Yeah, about the same as Genshin Impact, I would say. So not perfect, but at least the render resolution here is higher than what you had in Genshin Impact by quite a lot actually. So my hand is burning. I don't think I'll stay longer in this game, but just know that 60 FPS at the very beginning of this game is possible, but it will drop to somewhere around like 40 something. This is considered the stable frame rate. Okay, there's gonna be a lot of yapping here, so I'm just gonna go to the next game. So Wuthering Waves, I would say more or less the same as Genshin Impact. You're gonna get about the same frame rate when it thermal throttles, same kind of experience, and yeah, it's not gonna be consistent 60 FPS. That's what I'm trying to say. See, GPU utilization is at 100%. Now for War Thunder, the only reason why I'm trying out this game is because of ray tracing. But even in the main menu, you can see it's already at 100% GPU utilization. It's not looking that good, but the render resolution is really high, 1080 at 2336. So everything at the highest graphical settings, this is what we're gonna use, and anti-aliasing at traditional AA. So let's just go into a game. So War Thunder, if you remember on ROG Phone 9 when we first got it, the performance was horrible. But I do know that they have updated, and the ROG Phone 9 can actually whip out quite a good amount of frames now. And the ROG, and the S25 Ultra, as you can see here, about 60 something FPS, which is the same as the S24 Ultra. So nothing out of the ordinary, I guess. Wow. So the GPU is always at 100%. Yeah, they really need to update the GPU in the next chipset. This is not going well. Hello. Ouch. What? Why is someone here? literally spawn camping. I guess I'm out. So yeah, the FPS in this game not gonna be that good. The most you can get is around 60 something. For Fortnite, this is gonna be our last game for this gaming test, and as you can see, we are going to make it go to the highest possible everything. So 100% 3D resolution, epic quality preset, everything at the highest. Show FPS, it's located here. Not gonna see it much because my hand is gonna be there. Apply, quit, and now let's jump into a game of standard battle royale, I guess. So we are in Fortnite now. What is this waving for? Wow, this game is gonna get 100% for both CPU and GPU utilization. Is that what's happening? Because the frame rate is definitely not looking good. No, I just want to get down faster. So frame rate is consistent, that's good. I apologize, I don't really play Fortnite. I really do like the new iqoo crossover with all of the iqoo songs because I do listen to a lot of iqoo, but alas, I don't play Fortnite at all, so yeah. The heck is that? Okay, I'm done. So Fortnite 90 FPS consistent, that's okay I guess. The phone doesn't really heat up that much because the CPU and GPU utilization, only when you're diving it's 100%, but once you're in the game it's not gonna be 100% for everything, so that's good. And yeah, that's it. That's the gaming test for the new Galaxy S25 Ultra. So you can see the battery has dropped to 42%. We started with 100, and I'm not sure how long I have played games for, but across all of these games, except for Subway Surfer, we were playing for like around, I guess, 2 hours or 2.5, I don't know, somewhere around there. So what do I think about the performance of the Galaxy S25 Ultra with the Snapdragon 8 Elite? Well, it's definitely hot. 44 degrees Celsius in the thermal limit is lower than before because the S24 Ultra had a 47 degrees Celsius thermal limit. It has now been lowered to 44 degrees Celsius. I mean, it doesn't actually matter that much because if it's hot, then even raising it to 47 or lowering it a bit, it doesn't matter. Eventually, you're gonna hit that thermal limit. It's just how many more minutes before it hits that thermal limit. In this case, in Genshin Impact and also Wuthering Waves, it performed really well, but once it thermal throttles, it hits like about 40 FPS. Zenless Zone 0 is gonna be the most taxing of all because in that game, the performance on this phone is really not good at all. So, every other game that we've tested, it runs fine. I don't really have any particular reason to test those games other than just to show you that it actually runs well. Yeah, in terms of gaming experience, it's real good. It's just that you have to handle the heat. And if we put a case on the phone while we are playing a game, then a lot of the heat will be trapped inside the phone by the case, and that will further impact the gaming performance, the gaming experience from this phone. So overall, yeah, it cannot maintain 60 FPS for some of the more demanding games, and the ROG Phone 9 can, but this phone has a thermal limit like very high, and when we're playing Genshin Impact on this phone, it can reach like somewhere around 46 degrees Celsius. So yeah, especially with this phone, the chipset is located around here with the humongous vapor chamber that spans across the entire phone. If this phone can reach 46 degrees Celsius, imagine if we're using the same power profile on the ROG Phone 9 on the S25 Ultra, this thing will become even more toasty. But either way, I think Samsung did a really good job in terms of balancing how the Snapdragon 8 Elite performs in this phone. For all I can say, the GPU performance definitely needs improvement because in COD Warzone and also War Thunder, the GPU is consistently at 100%. So yeah, that's all for this video for the gaming test of the S25 Ultra. If you want to get this phone, then we will have links down in the description below. You can score the $50 off as well, and we will do the gaming test of the S25 Plus and also the S25 later. So do subscribe because all of those videos are coming soon. All of them are running the Snapdragon 8 Elite, and if the S25 Ultra's larger vapor chamber is really having issues with Wuthering Waves, Genshin Impact, Zenless Zone 0, then I am very curious what's gonna happen to these phones, especially the small one, because it is physically limited by its small size. So yeah, all of those videos will come soon, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye. Remember to subscribe, like this video, share it with your friends, and yeah, it's gonna be a very long weekend ahead.